Hello, mortgage broker community. We are here with a special Facebook Live with Matt Ishbia, President and CEO of United Wholesale Mortgage. Matt, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to spend some time with our members.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Anthony. Appreciate it, buddy.
We appreciate it as well. So big announcement today. We saw you on Fox Business earlier talking about the expansion of Conquest. Tell us a little bit about this new offering.
Yeah, no, excited. Thanks for having me on here today, and just excited to announce, Conquest has been a huge hit, 30-year fixed rates in the twos for everybody, and really helping, brokers go grow their business. And I got a lot of feedback of, hey, can we do it in government too? And, so we decided to go out there and help the veterans, because the veterans are heroes throughout America. And let's start there, and let's help take great care of veterans and the VA loans. And we made it really great. Like I always tell you, today, our pricing is probably the best in the country, but it's not about having the best price in the country. It's all about having the lowest rate ranges and the best experience so that brokers can not only get that client in a great loan, but then get referrals from them. So VA Conquest 2 1/4, 2.299, and 2 3/8. Of course, you got exact rate in there, but basically 2 3/8. It's paying, I think it's paying over 1.5 or right around 1.5. It's big, and it's really great, and it puts the veteran in a great position so that brokers can make a lot of money and be successful, but the veteran is in a great loan and a great experience for those heroes of ours.
Yeah, talk about the mechanics of this. One of the things that I saw when Conquest first came out is, some brokers were talking about, well, I have to charge points or things like this. And one of the points that we kind of shared with the community is, the biggest retail lender in the country is Quicken Loans. Obviously, we all compete against them on a regular basis. They charge on average 1 to 2 points on every single loan. And that's not necessarily something brokers are used to doing. But in this situation where we're talking about the absolute lowest rates in the market, we're talking about 2 1/4 on a VA 30-year fix, is it worth it for a consumer to pay a point? And what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I mean, so, like I said, besides Quicken Loans, who is the largest retail lender, puts 2 points on every deal, and they're selling 3/8 higher rates than all of you guys and all of us. And that's why we can beat them as long as we continue to compete, as in all brokers compete with them every day. But the reality is, it's what's best for the borrower. What's best for the borrower? Is it best for the borrower to roll? Like, what's best for the borrower is not to roll in all the costs, roll in your 2.75 comp plan, roll in another point of LLPAs and another point of is that what's best? It's just, that's what's easiest to sell. Of course, hey, Mr. Borrower, your loan amount's not going up. There's gonna be no cost to this loan. I'm gonna save you $48. Or is it best for them to go, hey, you're gonna save $94 a month. Your loan amount's going up to $1,282 or whatever it is, but you're saving $94 a month, and you're in a loan that's 30-year fixed 2.75 or on a VA 2 1/4. And it's a mindset shift. We as brokers, we've always been like, hey, we gotta find out what covers our comp. And you can do lender paid or borrower paid. I don't care what you do. We want to be able to make money and be successful. But the mentality has to be is let's take great care of the borrowers. And it's about the great all-around experience, which is closing fast and efficiently, and thinking that, hey, I got to put them at the highest rate to roll in all the costs and cover everything. Like, that's like a 2005 version of how it should be done. And I know it's evolving. And I think 2020 and beyond, people are realizing, gosh, let me get the borrower a great deal. And obviously Quicken's done a great job on the retail side proving that. But they're proving it with rates a half point higher than all of you guys, all of us. And so you being able to do it with less discount and better rates, it's a no-brainer. And I would be focused on that all the time.
Now, I know when we talked back a month and a half ago when Conquest originally came out, you talked about it being a new customer acquisition strategy. And I think that's a great point, because one of the things when you made the announcement and we did our Facebook Live interview then that wasn't really something that, I don't know if you expected it or not, was the amount of findamortgagebroker.com inquiries and consumers that went to that website because of your media appearances, kind of promoting those rates and promoting the offering. What was the overall impact on, findamortgagebroker.com? How many leads were generated from the Conquest announcement?
It's a great thing. It's still happening. By the way, since we, I know you mentioned I went on the Varney show on Fox Business today, and we've had thousands hit since then. We're getting calls in. And so it's kind of changed the game where, as we've been able to be, kudos to our clients, because of our clients giving us the business and us doing a good job and us working together, it's made UWM one of the leaders in the mortgage industry. And so me being able to go on these TV shows and different opportunities and people covering what we do helps mortgage brokers. And so findamortgagebroker.com, right after Conquest rollout, it somehow went viral, and we did a lot of social media, and you guys did a great job as in brokers. And I mean, I think it was one day it was actually 10,000. I mean, it was unbelievable amount. And I don't think it's that high anymore, but it's still today. I mean, since the 1040, we did a press release, and then since the 1040 thing on Fox, I think it was over 1,000 by lunch. And so I don't know, that was, an hour and a half ago or so. So it's been big. And so get your findamortgagebroker.com, set up the right way and take great care of those clients. And we're trying to drive new business. Everyone, you could easily stay in front of your past clients, and you should. Please, everyone, I want to stay in front of my past. Everyone's got to stay in front of their past clients. But for you, it's also thinking about how do you go get new business? How do you build yourself so you win in 2021, 22, and 23? And that might be, a client that you lost, or maybe a client that didn't get the best experience because you did them 9 months ago or a year ago, but they didn't go through UWM. They didn't close in 19 or 14 or 7 days. Let's go do them again and put them in that 30-year fix at 2.75. And like I said, now on VA, you can go to 2.25. And that's kind of the mindset there.
Yeah, I think it's important because we saw in the Brokers Are Better Facebook group on a daily basis after Conquest was announced for weeks, there was post after post of consumers that saw an article about Conquest, saw an article about the rates that were available with brokers versus retail, because at that time retail was in the high 3s, brokers were in the high 2s, and they saw the article and they went to findamortgagebroker.com, and brokers are getting these leads saying, hey, I saw an article that I had to go to findamortgagebroker.com to find a broker. It's interesting because if you're talking about 10,000 leads in a day, if 10% of those consumers went with brokers, I mean, at the end of the day, average loan amount, $250,000, average comp of 2 points. That's a lot of revenue that's organically coming into the channel through that website. So if you're a broker and you don't have your profile set up, I strongly recommend doing your due diligence and making sure that everything's properly set up there. You talked a little bit about leadership in that comment, Matt, and I think it's an interesting thing because one of the big points that I talk about with the broker community is UWM's leadership role when it comes to wholesale. At 35% market share, at the end of the day, where you're priced, where your service levels are, what your client experience is, really kind of sets the tone for the rest of the channel. And when Conquest came out, we saw pricing across the board from all wholesale lenders, come down with with Conquest. So, what is that role to you? I mean, obviously you can't do everything for everybody. You can't be the 580 credit score lender. How do you pick and choose where you're going to be so that wholesale overall is most aggressive?
Yeah, well, we are tied 100% to the broker channel. You've done a great job, Anthony, as being the leader of the channel and getting people, rallied around AIME and all the great things you guys are doing. And that's the key. And then where we want to play a part is we're that partner that's all in. There's people say oh, well, I have this investor and then this lender. We're not an investor or a lender. We're a partner, and we're different. And I do understand that our impact on the market. When we rolled out Conquest May 12th, there wasn't 30-year fixed rates in the 2s. No one was talking about it. And I told everyone, I'll tell you guys this on VA today as well, is we're not going to change our margin. You'll see, but you'll see everyone will drop down to try to compete. And that's great. That's good for all of you as we can create the opportunity for all brokers to be successful. But if they don't want to, that's great because then you guys can get it and go through UWM. We can dominate together. And so my perspective is we are going to be the leader. We're going to focus on what we think are the best loans. The best loans, 640 plus conventional and government loans are our focus. Right now, we're not doing as much on the FHA side. We're doing mostly, now VA today, and conventional has been great. And we're going to keep doing that. But 30-year fixed rate in the 2s, fast, simple, easy experience creates referral sources. It creates this web of opportunity. And that's really what we're focusing on. And so I do know that people follow us, and that's okay. I do know that people will try to undercut us, just like people try to undercut every loan officer in America, every lender in America. But what we think is we want to be the leader. We want to give you a great competitive product and for your clients to help you build your business. And that's what it's about.
Well, I mean, just from that standpoint, if today you are best priced, the one example I talked to a couple of loan officers when this announcement came out was 24 hours ago, 2.25 on a VA 30-year fix wasn't available. Matter of fact, one of the things I've talked to Chris Griffith about and a lot of the heavy VA loan officers out there is over the last couple months, VA pricing, especially high balance, hasn't been that aggressive. Now, all of a sudden, they're back in the game. And what I expect is we're going to be back in the game across the board. I would imagine all of the wholesale lenders that want to be in this business are going to focus on competing for the business and offering similar rates. But that benefits all brokers. I mean, that's the whole point of being a broker is, lenders are competing for both our business on service and rate. And that is part of the theme that we focus on is we are brokers. And I know obviously you want every loan. That's part of, your nature. But this is good for the whole channel because if everybody's competitive, consumers are winning. We're more competitive by a landslide over retail, and that helps the channel grow. I'm sure you saw the data from MBA earlier this week that said the expectation is the overall mortgage market is going to be $2.7 trillion this year. Broker market share is 20%. That would mean that we're talking, a $500 billion market. I know you have some projections of what you're going to do at United Wholesale Mortgage. What do you think that number is for 2020?
Yeah, so I don't know how big the market ends up being, but a couple of things is, I agree, as we lower or come out with a Conquest VA, it makes everyone more competitive. That helps every broker, even brokers that talk badly about me and they don't use UWM, we help them out, and that's okay. Like, we want to help all brokers. I want to mostly help the people that are loyal and partners and supporters of UWM and AIME and all the great wholesale lenders out there. So that's obviously the first focus. But on the overall market, I don't know how big it's going to be, but it's a big market. And, could there be 500 billion of broker business this year? Absolutely, there could be. And, but the key for everyone is the more that we change the mindset of realtors and consumers to start looking for a mortgage broker and know what a mortgage broker is, that helps everybody here. It helps the consumers too, because they're getting a better deal through you guys than they would through any retail lender out there. And so we want to change that. And so us doing the 2.25, us doing different things to try to get that out there is important. What will we do? I mean, we'll probably do 200 billion, maybe even more, maybe a little less. I mean, we're going to do, a good percentage of that business, and we're having a record year, as you can imagine. And just like all of our brokers are, but the key with UWM is, like, are we 10 times better than the number 2 wholesale lender? No, those are the number 2 and number 3 guys. I think it's Home Point and Caliber. Those are good lenders. PRM&G is good. There's a lot of great lenders. Cardinal, a lot of people that are great supporters of brokers. I want them all to win. We want all wholesale lenders to win, because we're all a team to help brokers. And anyone that's supportive of brokers, I'm supportive of them. And so what will the market look like? I don't know, but there's a lot of opportunity for everybody. And it's not just 2020. Like, I think when the last time I was on your Facebook Live, I said, I think the next 6 to 18 months will be the best 6 to 18 months in mortgage history. And I still stand by that. And I think that's starting July 1. And so we wanted to get VA Conquest out there and regular Conquest out there ready for an amazing second half of this year, and then get ready for 2021 and build your business for the long term. So that when rates do go up, you have referrals from realtors, and you can build a business. So I think it's going to be a great 2020. I don't know if it'll be 2.7 trillion, but I think 2021 could even be more than 2020.
Yeah, regardless, that's a big market. And I think, to your point, if you guys are going from 100 billion to 200 billion, I talked to all the other wholesale lenders as well, and everybody's growing at 100%, 150% this year. That means everybody's growing. And every broker I talk to is having a record year. So collectively, whatever that number is definitely a positive number. But as the leader in the market, I think one of the things that you hit on a little bit earlier is about, you set the tone for the channel. Obviously, you want to set the tone because that's just a standard you set. But when you think about things that, from a broker, strengthening the broker channel, supporting, new brokers, supporting existing brokers on retaining their clients. One of the things I've been really challenging our community on over the last couple of weeks has been, the concept of really where we kind of got started at AIME is, wholesale lending. This concept that, there's certain grouping of lenders that are in the business of wholesale and correspondent for the purpose of, acquiring a customer, paying a loan officer a one-time, compensation, and then repurposing that customer multiple times in the future. And, a year and a half ago, when I was having this conversation, a lot of people were saying, well, the best days are behind us when it comes to rates, Anthony. Like, nobody's going to be refinancing a guy I did in 2016 at a 3.5. But here we are in 2020, and what are we seeing? You're announcing 2.25 on a VA loan today. So that means that customer from 2016 has been refinanced a couple times now. What's your thoughts on the impact of wholesale lending on the wholesale channel, but also, retail lenders? They don't have the representation that we've had of brokers when it comes to this concept.
Yeah, it's a great point. And to give you credit, I mean, you're the leader of this, and it's been a great thing for every person watching this Facebook Live, along with every other mortgage broker in America, is impacted in a positive way from things that you've done around that. I mean, we've tried to do different things for years of you connect leads, referring leads back trying to, not solicit your clients. Of course, we've never had a retail to do that, is letting you know about payoffs, like do all those things. And the reality is this, there's 2 parts of it. There's one that's, there's three, there's one that does all the things we just talked about, like UWM, true partner, help you guys out. Then there's the lenders out there that, they might not give you them back, but they're not calling the client and they're not competing with you. Don't have a name brand out there. They're just kind of existing and they're lenders, and that's okay. Like, hey, you got to have a little bit of everything. I wouldn't partner with them that much, but they're okay. But then there's the investors, or what you call a wholesale lender, which is I'm just buying that loan and that customer from you, and now it's mine. And that means it's not yours. If it's not yours, that hurts all of us. And so like, I'm very against it, as you know, not because it helps my business. Like there's other wholesale lenders that are just like us that are trying to do the right things that you've helped work with. And I love when those guys are winning. But the guys like we know, Quicken Loans is the worst. Loan Depot, Penny Mac, I don't know who the other ones are in that world that you get. Freedom. Oh yeah, Freedom. I don't know all of them. I know Quicken because I know what they're up to and we know what they're doing. And the way I look at it is like someone's like, that's your competition. Like, it's not my competition. Like, God bless everybody. I want everyone to be successful. I don't have any hard feelings against Quicken Loans. I just don't like that they beat my competitors. And you beat my clients, excuse me. You're my clients, and my clients are competing with them. And to think about these guys to give, like, to feed the beast. And these guys are out there trying to beat brokers that are trying to steal their clients. Like, it hurts. Like, if you send a loan if you just send a UWM, like UWM is out of the equation, and you send it to Quicken or a Loan Depot or a PRMG or a Cardinal, like, I want to go into PRMG and Cardinal every single day. I don't get the loan either way. Even if you never send it to me, even if that loan gets refinanced again by you and it goes back to PRMG and Cardinal, that's better because you're making money and you're building your business, and you might be making marketing money that might end up helping UWM or the broker channel. But once it goes to Quicken or Loan Depot, come on, let's go. It's not even a game. It's crazy that we're still talking about it because it's just so obvious to me, and I know to you. And so I think we just have to educate people and let them know, like, don't help fund your competitors. We all know who they are. I don't like those guys, not because they're bad people. I don't like them because they're hurting my clients. They're hurting clients, and people don't, and they're also not good for consumers. We all know that. I mean, we can see the rates they charge and what they do. And it's better to go to a broker. You guys are the place to go. And working with partners, people that actually care about your business. It's not like there's only one. If we're the only one, it'd be a self-serving message. There's 10, 15 great. I mean, all the, I don't even know all the guys, you guys call them, but whatever.
That's a great point. That's one of the reasons I brought it up is, for me, the biggest thing is this. I work very closely with, the group at Caliber, the leadership team there, the group at Home Point, all the lenders, Cardinal Financial, PRMG, all of these companies have adopted these very broker-friendly policies to make sure the customer stays with the broker, that if the customer contacts them, they reroute it to the broker. A lot of things have been put in place over the course of 2 years, and a lot of stuff behind the scenes to get to this point, just like you have with Brand 360 and Unite and everything that you do. And one of the things I want, brokers to understand is that, it only works is if they give you your customer back, and you keep the continuity of that relationship with that lender, or keep the continuity of that relationship by calling the customer and make sure you at least retain the customer. If you don't do that, then, there's no reason to do the program at all. The whole concept is continuity of relationship, best serving customer, and keeping the customer in a place where they're getting, like today on a VA loan, is your customer getting the 2.25% on a VA 30-year fix that's available today? Or are they talking to a wholesale lender that's, giving them a 3/4 higher rate because they're going to refi them again in another couple of months? It's important. And we bring it up because it's, we see the market share of wholesale lenders grow. And, for me, it's frustrating because I know what the economic impact is on brokers and loan officers from a long-term standpoint.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, Anthony, in your leadership position and the people that are watching this right now, like, we all can make a difference, right? We can decide, the nice part is all these guys, I know when we came out of VA Conquest, I know one of the big wholesale lenders who does a lot of VA IRRRLs, like, all their loans are getting moved. The nice part is you don't have to do appraisal transfers. And if you're taking 45 days to do a loan, 60 days to do a loan, you're losing the loan. They deserve to lose those loans. And I would deserve to lose loans if it took me that long as well. But the key is, like, you guys got to realize, we all got to realize we're a team. We're all a team. Now, let's tout UWM out of it, but you, as in the brokers, the AIME, you're a team, and you got to support each other. And you got to support the lenders that support you, and they're all in. Because if let's just take UWM, if people aren't supporting back a Caliber that does the right things, well, then it makes it so Caliber might not want to do that. And if that happens, then it starts this negative spiral. And then we want all of those great lenders. I think the top 3 lenders, I think right now, are UWM, Home Point, and Caliber, and they're all part of your platform of doing the right thing. And some other great lenders are in there. I know Citizens Bank's in there. There's other good ones in there. And so we got to support each other. And I support those guys. I'll get on the phone and try to help those guys, help them win, because we want to all advance. You said a $500 billion market, like,
a lot of business.
There's plenty of business for everybody, and it's going to grow as long as we all keep the loans in our channel, and we all go out and conquest new loans outside of our channel as well.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We've had, we track this on a daily basis. There's been 2,000 new loan officers that have come into the broker channel through May. We don't have the numbers through June, but last year, 5,000 more loan officers. There's a lot of business out there, and I think the standard that I'm trying to get all of the lenders to adopt is, hey, look at UWM, look at Home Point, look at Caliber, look at PRMG. These companies are growing at 100 to 400% per year, massive growth. And the reason they're growing is because of what they're doing for brokers to support their businesses with technology, their service levels, and also the continuity in the relationship with their past customers and making sure that stays there. Brokers are returning the favor, staying loyal, sending them business, and they're growing exponentially. And that's really the standard I want to set across the whole channel. And obviously, I know you're a big supporter of that because that makes the whole channel grow. So for you, now we're wrapping up the first half of the year. It's been a very crazy 6 months, and that's probably like the understatement of a lifetime. What's your forecast for the second half of the year? What are you looking at? Broker market share, but also tactically, there's a lot of purchase opportunity. We got the Conquest as an opportunity to develop new relationships. A lot of purchase demand is reaching an 11-year high last week. What would you be doing if you were a mortgage broker? How would you guide them?
Yeah, I think anybody that's a loan officer is making more money this year than they did last. And if you want to look back at your 2018 June, find out what you did in 2018 in June and say, gosh, you're doing a lot better. So we're all doing great. So first off, that's a good backdrop to realize that 2018 June was 5% rates, 4.75. Today we're talking 2.75 or 3, right? So that's opportunity. You're doing more loans, refinances are coming in, opportunity is there. And if you've done a good job the last couple of years, and back to your point, you're working with older wholesale lenders, people that are stealing your clients, you're doing a good job protecting, taking care of your clients, working with good partners. You're probably refinancing these clients all the time, and they're calling you, and you have opportunity, and that's fantastic. But the opportunity is at some point, 30-year fixed rates are not going to go down anymore. At some point, they're going to go up. And so what is your strategy? They're not going to go up. They're not going up this year. So you already won this year. Like we all won. UWM's going to have a record year. You're going to have a record year. We won. Game over. Let's talk about 2021. I think we're going to all win again. 2021, similar to 2020. Hopefully not the pandemic, and hopefully health-wise everyone's okay and the world gets back to normal. But everyone's going to win in 2021 as well. But how do you win in 2022 and 23? If rates stay at 2.5 to 3.5% rates for the next 18 months, and then they go to 4.25, are the realtor partners that in your neighborhood, because people are still going to be buying houses, the only reason rates go up is that the economy gets stronger and job loss slows down and the world starts getting better, there will be purchases. And so what are you thinking about in that world? What is your focus on that? Are you taking good care of your clients? So I see that that's going to be a long-term play. And a lot of people don't like thinking long-term. A lot of people think like, man, but I got to make money in July. And that's nothing wrong with that. But let's make our money in July, but let's make sure we win long-term. And so I think that there's going to be a lot of interesting things. I think the products are going to open back up. I think I said on your event last time I was talking to you, it's going to be a deep trough, which there was, and a quick recovery, in my opinion. And I don't know if there's a second wave. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's going to happen. But all I know is that the economy's not going to shut down like that again, because that would be I just cannot imagine that happening again. And so the reality is there's going to be a good opportunity for everyone here. And this second half of the year, I think other products open, like we open up VA Conquest. Will we open up FHA Conquest? Yeah, probably. Like, will it be next month? No. But will we get jumbo back? Yes, we will. Will you be able to do cash out on conventional Conquest at some point? Yes. Like, those things are come. They're not coming this quarter, not coming in June or July a lot of times, but they're definitely not coming in June, right? June is VA Conquest, is an opportunity. But the thing is, how do you make yourself invincible? How do you make yourself successful for the long term? And so right now, what I would be thinking about is, I'm going to make a lot of money. If I'm a broker, I'm saying I'm going to make a lot of money in 2020 and 2021. How do I fortify myself with technology so that if I'm doing 20 loans a month right now and I go down to doing 3, am I still profitable? What do I got to do? Do I take some fixed costs off the table by partnering on a ride, whatever it may be? I got because that's free, or that's a better, or maybe it's being involved with different things, or setting up different systems that you can get business without having to add more costs. Because right now it's easy, you're making money. But I think those are some of the things to think about. We can get more granular on any of those parts if you want. At our business here at UWM is, we're hiring so many people. We're going to have over 7,000 people before this year's over. We have 1,500 people that we're hiring June, July, and August, preparing for just the record year that 2021 will be. And at the same time, we're having a record year this year when we almost there's a good chance we'll double from what we did last year, right? And that means hopefully you're all doubling as well. But you have to have the operational capacity. If you don't have underwriters, if you don't have closers, if you don't have processors, if you don't have processes, one more loan doesn't always work if you're blowing up a relationship. Because if I could do more loans today and upset a bunch of brokers by being 9 days, or anyone that's accepting a 15-day refi turn time or even a 7-day refi turn time, it's like you can't be in the game, because the reality is those borrowers are getting undercut. They're getting trigger leads by Quicken and Loan D, all these guys that trigger lead everybody. You're just losing loans. And so my perspective is staff your team up, get ready for the best 6 to 18 months in history, and enjoy it, take advantage of it, and then prepare yourself for the next 18 months that won't be the best in history, but they'll still be very good, especially if you prepare right now.
Yeah, I know that at Garden State Home Loans in 2015, when we had visited you, it's the first time we really heard of the concept of overstaffed by design. That's kind of the opposite of what our business model was at that point. Our business model was, understaffed by design, and just like exhaust people and have them work 10,000 hours a week, and hopefully they all make it to the finish line. After seeing your operation and hearing from you on like the mindset of, hey, we're just going to grow. The market's big enough. We only have this percentage of market share. It doesn't matter what happens with rates. We're going to go out and get more volume, but we can only do that if we can service it, if we can provide best-in-class service. So that really changed our mindset to go out and hire and develop and adopt a training program and do all that stuff. It's one of the things I've tried to focus on with brokers is, at some point, you got to bet on yourself. So if it could be, hey, I'm in a co-working space and I've been in a WeWork. Hey, listen, you just doubled your business. Go get a real office. Go hire an assistant. Go have your own space. Build a culture. And in this case, from a processing standpoint, the truth is a lot of the lenders are behind, and that means that you have to be perfect, or even you just have to be a lot better on the front end. You can't just give average files or okay files, because an average file turns into a 45-day closing. So for you, going out
or a 45-day application that doesn't close.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It takes you 45, and so you have to compensate for that. But sorry, go ahead.
No, that's right. So you went out, you made this announcement to hire 1,500 people. You're already having a record year. Your current turn times would indicate that with the record volumes, you're keeping up. You're still at only 2 days or 1 day. Same day on conditions. What goes in that decision-making process to go out and hire those people? Mentally it's a big investment. It's a lot of people. They have salaries, training. There's a lot of time before they're actually contributing to the team, because they're being trained. How do you go about making that decision at 1,500 versus 500 or 300?
Yeah, so it's you got to build out your business. And so the way I think about it is, if 1,500 people, and that's just for the June, July, and August, and we'll have another 1,500 the fourth quarter. And the concept there is, how do we build ourselves so that we can deliver the excellence that we have to deliver to be the leader that we are in wholesale? And so if I want to be the number one wholesaler in the country, which we are now, this would be our 6th consecutive year, we have to be great every day. We don't get a guarantee. Not like everyone's like, I have to use UW. I'm like, I have to earn it. And you have to count on my technology to work, my service. When you call my underwriters, they have to respond. And when you call up to our salespeople, they have to give you advice and help you with, if we don't do those things. And so we have to deliver that excellence. So I would say to a loan officer or a broker, what do you need to deliver it? If you want to go get new realtors, I will always bet on myself. Go hire someone. Well, what happens if the rates go up and you do less business? I said, well, I'll go figure out a way to get business. Don't ever be the reason you make less money or are less successful because you can't handle the volume. And that's the position that most mortgage people find themselves in, not just brokers, retail lenders, wholesale lenders. They find a position I could do more only if I had more people. I don't want to ever be in that position. I want to be in a position where it's man, I can do more business if I can go get brokers to like me more, if I can put better pricing, a better thing. I want to be on offense, not defense. I can't do these loans. And so we always want to go get more. And if you get too many, the way I look at it is, let's say a broker shop hires 5 processors. You think you need 2? Hire 5. Get 5 set up and running. Okay, you're going to get 1 or 2 superstars out of there, 1 or 2 average, and 1 that's not going to make it. But then also, if you have too many, then it's hey, let me go. I can now be more aggressive. Go hire an LO. Go recruit an LO from Guaranteed Rate or Fairway Independent and get them on my team to help fill me. Always have operations ahead of sales. Never let sales get ahead of operation. It's hard because who can predict rates going to 2.5, right? Well, you know what? Bet on yourself. And if they don't go to 2.5, they go to 4.5, then you're going to have to work a little bit harder. Go recruit more LOs, right? Go talk to more realtors. Instead of hitting 5 realtors a week, I'm going to hit 15 a week. I'm going to outwork it. I'm going to fill my business. I'm not going to ever have my staff sitting here waiting what to do. They're going to be ready. But I'd hate to bring in 6,000 loans tomorrow and only be able to underwrite 5,000 of them. Like, and I know 1,000 people out there would hate that too, because 1,000 loans wouldn't get underwritten in the turn times expected, and that'd be a big problem.
Question that came from the community earlier today. I saw it in the comments as well. Obviously, there's a lot of brokers that wish, hey, Matt, we wish you would go down to 620. We wish you'd do FHA. We wish you'd do Bankbuster, Jumbo. We wish you'd do X, Y, and Z. At what point do you have to pick a lane and identify, like, you can't be everything for everybody? That is something that I think, if you're going from 50 to 100 to $200 billion of volume, at some point there's only so much, niche or nuanced business you can get into. How is that process for you in making decisions on how aggressive you can get in certain credit buckets?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's like, we're all, grown up like we're entrepreneurs. If you're on this call, you're a loan officer, a broker owner, you're an entrepreneur, just like I am, just like Anthony, you are. And like, we're all trying to win, right? It's hard to say no to business. You think I want to say, like, I could do a 620 FHA right now and give a better price than anyone in the country and go dominate that loan. And like, I would love it, but that's not the right long-term decision. And at the same time, you can't be the best at everything. So you got to pick what you're best at. And I've defined it at UWM 640 plus government conventional. That's what we're the best at. Will we be able to do jumbo better than others and do that as our thing? Yes. But I'm not going to do, man. And that's what's great about being a broker. You have access to great lenders that can do lower credit score or manufactured homes or non-QM, or there's a jumbo. Like, you want, and that's the flaw in the retail channel. Why retail will never beat broker as long as we all do what we're doing together. Never a chance, because no retail lender could do all those loans. Like, if I was I think we're pretty good, and I got almost 900 IT people, and I got all 2,200 underwriters. I got all this stuff here. Guess what? I can't do a great job on a FHA 592 manual underwrite. Not my thing. I'm not good at co-ops in New York. I'm not good. Like, that's just not what we do. It's okay. It doesn't mean it, but there's someone that is. If you try to be everything, and so that goes to a loan officer, like, are you trying to open a title company and a real estate wing and a mortgage wing? The way I always thought about it is, once I hit my max, once I get to the point where it's like, man, I'm in my niche, I can't do any more, then I have to expand and diversify. But man, UWM's not even close to being at our max, which means there's no such thing as a broker that could be at that number. So just go dominate. If you're great in Ishbia County, then go to Casa County and Smith County and Williams County. Like, build your business, go to more realtors. But saying I got to do more product, like, it's okay to say no to a loan. And it actually, it's a weird thing. It's okay to say, I can't do that loan because that loan's going to take me 45 days and clog up my processor's time, rather than be doing 4 Conquest loans instead. And so it's hard because we all want to make money. We want to serve consumers, but there are experts for everything. And there's a great loan officer in your neighborhood that can do a 590 FHA. And I would love to send it to him. And if he gets a loan that's a 670 conventional, that might be one he refers your way. And that's how you build relationships. And that's okay too.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. And that's, Todd Bitter is one of the top LOs in the broker channel. He's in our Brokers Are Better Facebook group, and he's really disciplined. You'll see all the time, somebody will say, hey, I got a referral. I got a 203K loan in Arizona. Todd, do you want it? And they'll always give him the first chance because they respect him. And, he'll say, nah, I don't do those. This is my bucket. This is what I do. I'm really, really great at that. And I can do 30 to 40 of those a month. And I do it every month. And I process my own loans. But if I start to do manufactured loans, if I start to do bank statement loans, if I start to do these different loans, I wouldn't be able to do 30 to 40. I'd only be able to do maybe 20 because I'm spending all this time on this one loan. But the great thing about our community is, you're right, there's somebody else that will do that, that's an expert at that program, that will spend the time to actually be an expert. So, in our Brokers Are Better Facebook group, if you're not in there yet, last month, I believe we had over 900 referrals of leads from brokers to brokers. So, hey, broker in California has a referral in Florida, but they're not licensed there. They go in and say, hey, is there a broker in Florida? And for us, again, the whole goal here is, if you want to best serve consumers, we need to make sure they stay with brokers. So taking the time to make sure you refer those deals and just don't turn it away. No, you don't do non-QM. No, you don't do a 203K loan. Refer to another broker, because there's somebody out there that'll best serve that consumer. I know you believe in that as well.
And that's so important. And I just want to say something, and I don't, how maybe we're watching is like, and I love you, Anthony. You do a great job. Like, can you guys even hear what he said? 900 referrals this year from broker to broker, helping each other out. This community was not there 4 years ago. It was not even there 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. There was no broker community like this where people were working together and posting about, this lender did this and this scenario. What do you think about this? Or how would you market yourself? Like, this is amazing. This is a team, a family, and kudos to you, Anthony, and I know Mark and all your team at AIME. Nicole, you have a great team. Katie, everyone's doing great things over there. And it's so awesome to see. I'm just telling you, it is so fun to be part of it. And I'm glad I could be a small part of it as a hopefully a great partner to everyone in the community. But that community didn't exist. It just didn't even happen. It was like everyone was a lone wolf out there and no one was talking to them. You know, now we have a family, a team, a community. It's awesome. And I'm going to be at a team to come see it at Vegas event. So everyone who's going to be there, I'm coming.
I was going to ask you. We weren't sure if you were going to be able to make it. Are you going to be able to come to AIME Fuse?
I'm coming 100%. If you have one person there, I'm coming. But I'm coming there. Excited to be there. Hopefully, we'll have 3,000 people. We'll I don't know how many you're allowed to have, but we're going to have as many as we can. If they can't all sit in the room, we'll go have a party after and have fun. You know, with masks on if they want. I don't care. But I'm going to be out there hanging out with you guys.
Well, we appreciate your time, Matt. Obviously, exciting announcement today. Any last-minute messages to the broker community?
No, just guys, we're a team. We're a family. Kind of what I was just talking about, you know, UWM, we're all in. We're partners. The reason we've grown so fast is because people who partner with us have grown faster than the rest of the market. Whether you talk about Todd Bitters or Skylar, well, I can go through, there's a list of it. I don't want to name a bunch of names because I can tell you a bunch of people that have done amazing things and have grown their business. And we want to be partners with them, but everybody that wants to be all in. If they're all in with you, Anthony, we're all in with you guys. And if there's anything you guys can think of, ideas to grow your business more, videos, hey, have you thought about this? Like, we're a team. You know, there's so many great loan officers in this channel, and we're proud to be part of it. And we're going to come out with more stuff. Get ready. Just so you know, between now and AIME, I got a lot more stuff. You know, VA Conquest is just like the beginning. We got stuff coming between now and I see in Vegas. I know I got to have something good in Vegas, or you guys won't let me speak. So I got some good stuff coming then, but I got even more stuff coming between now and then. We're going to kick butt together. The next 6 to 18 months are going to be the best of all time. Let's dominate together. I'm proud to be part of the team with all of you guys.
Well, thanks for your time, Matt. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the partnership and the commitment to the channel. Have a great day.
Thanks.